What is up, guys? Red02 here. We got Mikey in the garage with us. We're building him a wheel horse for the NECXC racing series. So basically this is going to be a kind of a follow along how to Crocs and Socks Customs build series. We're going to be building Mikey his NECXC racer. Well, he's going to be doing most of the work because I don't want to do any of it. But, so, we got a, not this V-twin here, but we have a Vanguard V-twin, just like this one. That's going to go in here. It's getting wheels and tires painted up real nice, pulley swapped, and locked, and ready to go for racing. I'm going to make it just slightly slower than mine, so Mikey can't beat me. But...
Sounds about right.
But, we're going to get this all buttoned up. Right now we're tearing literally everything off that we don't need. Pulled the motor, pulled all the working on the deck levers and stuff like that. But fully strip it down, weight reduction, and start on the go fast stuff. Alright everybody, we got this crusty rear end out of Mikey's NECXC Racer wheel horse, and what better time to shout out some Super Clean. They went ahead and sent me some more products, and I'm always using this stuff in the garage, so we'll spray this rear end up, hit her with the pressure washer, and show you guys afterwards. It's all sorts of caked up and yucky. Soaking it in nice and good. Soaking it in nice and good. So we'll get this fully coated, let this sit here for several minutes, and then start washing. Pressure washing the wheel horse rear end, and took it in and noticed that the input shaft keyway was gone, and look at that right there. Score! Got her all welded up. Get ready to put it back together. Mikey's back over. Got his rear end back in. It needs a couple oil seals. Well, at least one. The brake shaft needs an oil seal. But what we're working on today is we're getting the rear end back in. We're going to get the engine mounted on the frame. We're going to pull the spindles off, reinforce those, and then he's got a box of goodies. And hopefully going to get some progress done today. Alright, so Mikey went ahead and ordered this silicone intake boot, and I just cut it down to length. Cut that side off, and then did the same for where the car is going to go. Sorry for this crappy camera work on this one, but I took the intake off of the built Vanguard that I had because it's all blown up. And instead of making a new intake that works with this 300EX carb, just went ahead and took mine off, and I'll just make a new one for my motor, and then we'll go ahead and the carb will sit right down in the valley like that. We got plenty of height room. Width wise, it's going to be a tight squeeze, but we'll go ahead and make he either wants to make the air filter come out of the hood, or I'll convince him to wrap it around and put the filter over here or something like that. But he is on his way to Tractor Supply. This is a 7-inch engine pulley, and I damaged it while taking it apart. He's picking up an 8-inch. It's going to be an 8 to a 4-inch. And this is going to be a racer, so we're not really worried about the whole belt slipping stuff that much. And then I went ahead and working on my new mini lathe, made up some spacers for inside all the idler pulleys. We're going to be doing a Creepy Crawler, Josh Theory, Crazy Carl, Richie Brown, the infamous wheel horse clutch setup. Don't know whose design we're copying, but I know Richie Brown is the last one that set a horse up like this, and we're going to mimic that. So maybe, just maybe, we will have a rolling chassis. He went ahead and got 19 by 7 by 8 Sun Fs, and I gave him these Carlisle 489s for the back. Hopefully we'll get a roller today. We went ahead and had to put the project on hold, or at least I did, with Good Evening Ranch coming up this weekend, and had another failure of a high pressure oil line on the bus. I'm way behind, so I had to put Mikey on hold, unfortunately, with his NECXC racer. But he came over, brought some parts. We're still waiting on tie rod ends, so we only got one of them front tires sitting up on there. We only got the left side rear tire, which we're either going to have to, like I told him, I'm going to have to let some air out of these anyways, because you want a little bit of squishiness. And, but we're hitting right there, so we'll probably end up nipping off this floorboard right there just to give a little bit more clearance. And then we started on the belt system, which is a whole lot going on here, but they work out really good. So Richie Brown, I don't know if he's the first one to come up with this, most likely not, but went ahead and added this extra flat idler onto the clutch pulley to give some extra belt wrap onto the trans pulley, and then wrap around belt guards, and then belt guards to keep the belt not only up and down but left and right in line, so that way the belt does not come off at all. So we are obviously not done with this. We need to add an upper strap and some keepers onto this upper belt guard, and then we need to build a bottom one, as long as a wraparound engine one as well. Got the carb just sitting on there. We are going to have to make a little bit of a support, so that way this thing isn't all flopping around whenever you're hitting bumps. But huge shout out to Mikey's dad. He spent some hours making up this pulley hub. So the issue with this engine is it is a generator motor, so it has a tapered crankshaft, and we originally had I had the tapered portion from the generator itself, and I messed up. Not I didn't mess up, but me and Jamie, whenever this was on his Sears, he had the 7-inch engine pulley, and we had a hub made up to slide over that adapter, and just with the wheel horse and where the engine had to be, it did not line up. So we had to make this new setup, which it's not, well, the belt's tight, so you can't slide it off, but I need to turn this down about 1/4 of an inch more, so that way I can get a nice weld around this hub that's on the tapered part of the shaft. But realistically, we're waiting on tie rods. We did take a piece of 3/4 inch square tubing and notch it out and fully weld around these spindles to brace those up. Waiting on the tie rod ends, or tie rods. Got to finish making the belt guards, which I have the material here. Some 10 gauge 1/8 inch material to finish those out, and then we can slap this other rear tire on, and then we need to start worrying about getting the engine running, and he'll be pretty close to getting boot scoot and boogieing. So we did put a new transmission seal in the brake shaft, and we're waiting on fluids to see if any of the other shafts are leaking. I believe it was only that brake shaft. So I'm super excited. So if you guys are interested in the NECXC racing series, the races are held in southwestern Pennsylvania and the northern part of West Virginia and the very far western portion of Maryland. So if you guys have any interest in racing, check out the website. I'll post it down into the description. I would love to race with you guys. You don't have to have a whole bunch of modifications to run. And realistically, the more modifications you have, you got to run in the pro class, and you're going to be running and losing against me. So yeah, if you guys want to come out and race, I would love to meet you guys, hang out, grow the series. The more people that we can get to show up to races continuously, the more races they'll have, the more prizes and stuff like that. This year I am going to be sponsoring so there's 3 classes. There's pro, twin, and single cylinder. So I will be sponsoring, I know it's not a lot, but $20 to whoever places first place in all 5 races. So the first race, if you win in any of those classes, you will get $20. The second race, you'll get $20. Third, fourth, fifth race. So if you win all 5 races, you could pay for your admission in the race just by winning through that. So I'd love to see you guys there. Until next one, we'll catch you on the next one. Have a wonderful day.